Hi everybody, just brief instructions on the module assignments for this week. I think we have a pretty easy week this time around, a fairly short chapter on data analysis and reporting the results. So as has been the practice, we will have a 20-point quiz on that chapter, as has been the practice. You'll get 2 chances to take that quiz, and we keep the highest grade that you attain. So that's pretty standard fare. The next, and I recommend that you do these assignments in this order because they kind of all build on one another. The second assignment for this week is called Choosing a Statistical Test. And what I'm asking you to do here is read a brief article that is about this topic. The book has some information on it, but I don't think it's particularly clear as it should be for choosing the statistical test to evaluate your primary or your main hypotheses in your study. So you're going to want to read that article. There's a link to it there. But then for the document, and it's a 10-point assignment, I just want you to remind me of the independent and dependent variables from your research project. I want you to restate the null and alternative hypotheses from that research proposal as well. Then I want you to use the decision trees, or they're also called graphic organizers, that are contained in that article to decide what statistical test you should use to examine your hypothesis or your hypotheses. And what I want you to do in the main part of the assignment is just describe the process you used in choosing that statistical test, right? So you will end up having certain the choice of statistical test will depend on a bunch of things. How the variables are measured, whether they are continuous or discrete or interval, ratio, ordinal, nominal, those sorts of things, and also the kinds of dependent measures you have, whether they are nominal, ordinal, that sort of thing, whether you have one or many dependent measures. These are the kind of factors, and these decision trees help you decide what statistical test is appropriate for your study. So I want you to just describe the process for me, and this doesn't need to be a really long essay, but just tell me the steps you went through in coming to your conclusion about the proper statistical test for your main hypotheses. And then lastly, and this kind of dovetails with that assignment, is the third assignment, which is to draft the anticipated results section. The anticipated results section is the last part of the narrative for your research proposal. I've reprinted the instructions here, examine what would happen. What kind of tests would you use, which you should have determined in the previous assignment. Describe the statistics you use, and then describe what the results would look like if your hypothesis, your alternative hypothesis, was to be supported. Also provide a figure or a graph of what those results might look like, a bar graph, a line graph, whatever kind of captures what the results would look like at the end. And put that in a document and upload that into Canvas so that I can provide you feedback on that. We're winding down to the end of the semester. I'm working on thinking about what I'm going to do with that final exam. I've looked at some of the suggestions you've made, and I'm leaning towards, don't hold me to this, I'm leaning towards an optional exam that has several essay types of questions in it, asking you to apply some of the things you've learned in the second half of the course. something along those lines. Other people, and some people have made suggestions for the kinds of questions that would be useful. I appreciate that, and you still have time to contribute to that discussion in the discussion board if you do so. Okay. Excuse me. Well, you know where to reach me if you need me. Good luck. I'm going to sign off because I'm having a coughing fit.